Hi, I was going to do an unboxing video today. I did one a while ago, about a year ago, when I bought a new guitar. I don't normally buy guitars new, I usually pick them up used. But anyway, I've got another new guitar turned up today, and I thought I'd share it with you. But instead of doing an unboxing, I'm just going to do a kind of an uncasing. Because people seem to get bored with the unboxing thing, just sort of understand. I ordered this in early September from Anderton's UK, and being an Epiphone, there was no word when it was going to come. Apparently, I called Anderton's about this, and apparently Epiphone and Gibson never tell their distributors when any product is coming to them. They just order them and they turn up whenever they turn up, which is pretty bizarre for a distributor or dealer, manufacturer as big as Epiphone and Gibson. But that's the way they are. Apparently they're the only ones. So Anderton's or whoever it might be can't tell their customer when the thing's arriving. So I bought and paid for this in early September, and then just had to wait. And I got a sort of a rumour that they weren't coming till the first or second week of January. But I had an email yesterday. It's the 1st of November today, 2018. So I had an email yesterday to say that it had been shipped and it was on its way, and sure enough turned up today, courtesy of UPS. So I'll try and get this in a place where you can actually see what it is. Hopefully you'll be able to see it. There we go. It's a Peter Frampton Phoenix Les Paul. For those of you who don't know the story, Peter Frampton was given a Les Paul. He was playing a 335 while he was on tour, and he was getting tons of feedback from it. Anyway, a fan who was in the audience got hold of him and said he'd got this Les Paul he'd just had refinished by Gibson, and would he like to borrow it and play it on stage, see what he thought. So he lent it to Peter Frampton, who absolutely loved it, and then apparently he asked the guy if he'd ever sell it. The guy said, no, I won't sell it, I'm going to give it to you. So he gave him the guitar, which became an iconic guitar because it was on the cover of Frampton Comes Alive, which was for a very long time the biggest selling live album in the world. It has been beaten now, but it's still up in the top kind of 5 or 6. But it was the biggest selling live album for many, many years. Came out, I think, 76, something like that. And I listened to it, got it, like most people did at the time. Anyway, Peter Frampton played the guitar on all his albums up until 1980, and then the band's gear was a cargo plane that had all their gear crashed on takeoff and burst into flames, and all their gear was destroyed, including, as was thought, the original guitar. And then about 20 years later, it surfaced, and it had been heat damaged and whatever, but anyway, it was given back to Peter Frampton. Gibson sort of repaired it and whatever. There was a Gibson limited edition version of it, and now Epiphone have done one in conjunction with Peter Frampton. So it's the original spec of the guitar. So it's finished as it would have been when it had been refurbed for the previous owner. So there's not, they haven't relicked it and made it look fire damaged or anything. So it's kind of as new. But it's got the same neck profile. He's got his own particular neck profile, Peter Frampton. So that's one thing they've done. But the most interesting thing is the pickup layout. Not wild about a 3 pickup Les Paul, but this guitar is sort of one on its own, really, other than perhaps the Ace Frehley one with all the smoke coming out of it. this has got, being an Epiphone, it's got a Pro Bucker 2 in the neck, Pro Bucker 3 in the middle, and a Ceramic Plus in the bridge. But the way Peter Frampton's guitar was wired, which was done for the previous owner, was that the middle pickup is always on, and the middle pickup works off, I don't know which one because I haven't tried it yet, but probably this one. So it works off that volume and tone pot. They are specifically for the middle pickup and it's always on. So if you don't want to hear it, you just turn it down. So you can have neck on, bridge on, both on, and they are sort of powered by the volume and tone there. They work for both pickups, and then the middle pickup runs off just one volume and tone. So it's an interesting wiring setup. It's got a white switch tip. Unusually, it's got sort of, I don't know if it's cream binding or sort of aged white binding really, but it's a very kind of pale yellow binding. It's got gold hardware, which, you know, I don't like really, but it's that's what you get on a Les Paul Custom. I've got 3 of them now. They've all got gold hardware on. It's got 2018 Epiphone thing on the back, but the thing that's sort of just shows it as being genuine, if you like, is, I don't know if it'll focus on it, but it actually sort of has Peter Frampton's signature under the lacquer in gold on the back of the headstock, which is kind of cool. And there were 2 versions of this, basically the same guitar, but there were 900 done where you could buy just the guitar, and then there was a very limited run of 200 worldwide, this is, where you get the guitar, which is exactly the same, but it also comes in the case, and it comes with a certificate of authenticity, which is hand signed by the chairman or whatever he is, the president, I presume, yeah, the president of Epiphone, and it's hand signed by Peter Frampton as well. So that's kind of cool. And as I say, I love the album. I listened to it when it first came out, and I've still got it now. I've still got the original vinyl somewhere in the loft. And so there it is. So this is a replica, as near as damn it, apart from the obvious shape of the headstock, which actually doesn't bother me. I know a lot of people get their knickers in a twist about the Epiphone headstocks. Personally, I'm not particularly bothered about them, but the guitar physically is the same. It's weight relieved, it's very light. I mean, I've got, I don't know, 6 or 7 Les Pauls, and I've had a lot more than that over the years, including Gibsons and Epiphones, vintage brand, and they're usually £8.5–9, but this is nowhere near that. It is a weight relieved body. Wish my body was weight relieved like this, but anyway, there we go. So that's it. Just thought I'd share it with you because it is a fairly rare beast, and I will look after it, and hopefully it will keep its value. It'll probably go up in value with any luck, but I don't aim to get rid of it anytime soon. But there you go. I just thought I'd share it with you. So that's the Peter Frampton Phoenix Les Paul. Cheers.